Greetings. This may seem like an unusual way to deal with the subject matter of this video. This video is a preface and explanation of some points of interest from the Felix Baumgartner balloon flight event in 2012. Felix broke several records, including the highest manned balloon flight. When you start the linked Red Bull video, you will see that Felix is close to the final altitude achieved. There's a horizontal bar across the top of the screen that indicates the attained altitude in feet, the elapsed time in hours, minutes, and seconds, and the attained altitude in kilometers. The attained altitude is very close to 128,100 feet, and the elapsed time at the start of the video is approximately 2 hours and 30 minutes from launch to 128,000 feet altitude. Pay particular attention to the elapsed time it took for the balloon to reach that final altitude. The view of the Earth from outside the capsule is taken with GoPro-type cameras with panoramic-type lenses to provide a wider view of more distant objects. The lenses are commonly referred to as fisheye lenses. These lenses are used most often by NASA and other space promoters. The lenses are especially helpful to present the Earth as a globe. Another thing you should note carefully in the first few minutes of viewing the Earth, there is no indication that you can see of movement of the Earth. It is difficult to discern a lot from outside view from this side of the capsule, but the Earth does not appear to be moving. You will hear Mission Control mention the door is opened. You can view over the shoulder of Felix through the window that the view from inside is unlike the view from outside the capsule. The horizon viewed from behind Felix inside the capsule is flat and horizontal. There's no curvature or convex view of the horizon. Is this a proof the Earth is flat? Felix proceeds through his checklist before his descent to Earth. He places his feet on the capsule step and pulls himself up to a standing position while turning on the overhead cameras and posturing for departure from the capsule. From above Felix, we can see the ground, and there appear to be several clearly visible artifacts directly below him. These could be lakes or something that makes them clearly distinctive from the altitude of 128,000 feet. As Felix is standing in preparation to jump, notice there is no motion of the Earth evident, even after he is free-falling. When Felix is in free fall, after about 1 minute 40 seconds, some pop-ups start to appear. Viewers are presented with a spinning globe Earth computer graphic image in the background. Obviously, anyone watching should realize the spinning globe Earth shown is not an actual picture, because the views from the capsule look nothing like those of these spinning globes. NASA and space-associated science promote the heliocentric model of our solar system. This can be described simply, and yet it becomes very complex as you advance on. The starting point requirements of the heliocentric model explain the Earth and all the planets in our solar system rotate and orbit around the Sun. The Moon orbits the Earth, and the distance to the Sun is 93 million miles from Earth. This video is particularly important because at the heart of the heliocentric model is the 24-hour day and the specified circumference of the Earth being approximately 25,000 miles. The Earth has to rotate west to east around its north-south pivotal axis at around 1,040 miles per hour. This is set in stone, because if the Earth is 25,000 miles circumference and the time of one day is 24 hours, simply stated, 25,000 miles divided by 24 hours means the Earth has to be rotating at 1,040 miles per hour at the equator. Now take the next step and realize the value of Felix Baumgartner's balloon flight. It took the balloon 2 hours and 30 minutes to attain altitude of 128,000 feet. This would mean, according to the heliocentric model of our solar system within the universe, that the Earth would have rotated approximately 2,500 miles west to east. That is set in stone, as the Earth must rotate at a consistent speed in order to complete one day within 24 hours, when the distance around the Earth to be covered is 25,000 miles. Now come the facts that pull it all together. The launch site location in Roswell, New Mexico, was 33 degrees north by 104 degrees west. This information is on the Red Bull website, www.redbullstratos.com. Felix finally landed 43.8 miles from the launch site. Think about this. The Earth, per the heliocentric model, which is promoted by NASA and other space scientists, requires the Earth to be rotating at approximately 1,000 miles per hour in a west to east direction. It took 2 hours and 30 minutes to attain altitude of 128,100 feet and an additional 9 minutes of free fall. During this time, the Earth would have rotated approximately 2,700 miles west to east. Los Angeles is close to the same latitude line as Roswell, about 800 miles to the west. This would mean the Earth would have moved so far that Felix's team would have had to collect him approximately 1,900 miles west of Los Angeles in the Pacific Ocean. I'll leave you this. Why don't you find out for yourself? Felix's final landing site was only 43.8 miles from the launch site. There's a simple reason why Felix didn't land in the same location he was launched from. The balloon was affected by winds as it floated upwards. As you can see during the video, you'll see some little side-to-side movement, that kind of thing. But that's just from the wind buffeting the balloon and the capsule at that high altitude. When Felix completed his free fall, or maybe I should say while he was in free fall, he exceeded over 800 miles per hour. He was traveling at greater than the speed of sound. And as he got closer to the Earth and he deployed his chutes, the high speed was dropped significantly. However, there were still winds coming from the side, and that, coupled with his momentum, his speed, he was carried 43.8 miles. Wake up. Don't be deceived. At least not any longer. The Earth is not rotating at 1,000 or 1,040 miles per hour. The Earth does not move.